Hey, what's up? So, in this video, we're going to watch a replay of my team playing a ranged 5s in their ranged 5s queue. So, this is a game that we lost. We were on a hot streak. We won like 4 games in a row. And then we played this game. So, we'd made horrible mistakes this game. Like, we should have won this game. I think that we are a better team than the enemy team. But we did some of the dumbest things you can do in a game. And so we'll see those mistakes. It was like our 5th game in a row, and we were clearly way too tired to play a 5th game. So this is the game we're going to see. Let me change my scrolly text. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. So for this game, I am playing support Taric. We're rocking a Silver Taric lane, which is a very strong lane. I don't remember all the details of this game. That's the game I'm thinking of. I think we won our lane, but we still end up losing the game. So let's go ahead and get started with it. Team Stinky Tofu. Anyway, so as far as what we were thinking with our team comp, we're really a big fan of running double AP right now. So that's why you see the Mordekaiser and the Kennen. Those are two champions that are very strong if you go double Woda. So double Will of the Ancients. Those auras do stack on the 2 people who have them. So it's a very strong combination if you have 2 AP players. And then we're experimenting with Volibear in the jungle. I think Volibear is actually very strong in the jungle. His ganks are strong, and he has kind of the Skarner effect and the Singe effect where he can really just fling someone back and really like turn a fight into a 4v5 really quickly. And that's very powerful with Mordekaiser. So this is why we did some Skarner Mordekaiser. Those 2 champions work very well together because the Skarner like flash pulls someone in and then we instantly kill them with Mordal. That fight's now 4v6. And so we're experimenting doing the same thing with Volibear, where Volibear will run and flip someone, we insta-give them, and then now we have their ghosts with Mordekaiser. So now I believe that we are going to do a jungle invade. We're going to go take their red side jungle. I believe is what we do this game. We're very big in counter jungling right now. It's something I'm experiencing. Counter jungling is like the new buzzword after IEM Kiev, and you know I really thought about it and decided, you know, there's really no reason not to counter jungle a team, because here's the thing: if you don't counter jungle and they counter jungle, 2 things are going to happen. You're either going to fight them because you're going to be in the part they counter jungle, or they're going to go take your other jungle, and now it's like, well, they took half of your jungle and you didn't do anything. But if you counter jungle, you can take half their jungle, and then if you counter jungle and they counter jungle, whatever, you're even. But if you counter jungle, they don't counter jungle, you come out ahead. So counter jungling is almost always beneficial to you. So they actually, looks like they took our blue as we took their red. So another thing is that this gives us complete control of their red buff, because now we know when their red buff spawns, and we're going to try to control it right away. And yeah, they definitely came from our blue buff. We see Lee Singa coming in here. So we kind of regroup and let our Volibear come in. This is a big mistake because our Volibear turned off of Trist. Trist jumped out, and our Volibear with red buff just decided to like run away. And that was a really big misplay right there. It was bad communication. We should have been calling it out, like keep on Trist, keep on Trist. Or called out a different target to switch to, but I really feel that that's why we lost that engage, is because our Volibear decided to switch off Trish. Just because she jumped out, it's okay. Volibear can still just run up and stay on her. But, you know, we didn't. That was me almost dying because I really wanted to kill that Tristana. I really did. And it was close. If I was able to get an auto attack off, I would have killed her. I probably would have died for it, but it's okay. I have 2 potions, so I'm not worried about dropping low. I have the potions to regen that. And here we're getting babysit by Lee Singa. I thought that was pretty silly of our Sivir to go be that aggressive. And here I'm gonna die because I took that Q for our Sivir. Actually, I live. No, I do die. Damn it! So I saw that the Lee Sin Q was gonna come, and I saw that it was gonna hit the Sivir. And since Sivir just came back in lane, she's already behind in level 1. If she died again, she would be so behind it would be unrecoverable. So I took that Q and I actually thought I could live because I had flash up, so I thought I could live if I took that Q, but I actually ended up dying, which sucked. But the good thing is that Sivir didn't die, so Sivir will get this experience for that wave hitting the turret and everything. So, but we're in kind of a bad shape right now because we're really far behind. The 2 level 1 engagements with that Lee Sin have really put us behind. Trista, has a kill and an assist. The Lee Sin has a kill and an assist, and a Lee Sin with early kills is just really, really strong. It's a really Lee Sin with early kills is total beast mode. So, and that was definitely my fault. Like I should have gotten a ward up after that first engage, but you saw because I was greedy and I went on this Trist, I had such low health I couldn't risk warding. So that greed that I dropped to so low because I wanted to kill that Trist early, it really didn't pay out. This is another mistake I made. I didn't level my heal. I went level 2 Shatter, and I probably should have leveled my heal since Pezzy was low. But he did have 3 potions, so I wasn't too worried about it. But little things like that. So Triss on Soraka, I think is a really bad lane. Like, if we didn't have those 2 botch level, like, these early fights, I think we really just would have destroyed this lane. Like, Tristana is really good with supports that can go in with her. Like, someone like an Alistar or Taric or Janna. Someone that can be aggressive and go in with her. But Soraka's so passive, like, it doesn't work well with Trist. She doesn't use mana for abilities like Sivir or anything like that, so... And then there we kind of see the strength of the Sivir Taric combo coming. This was really silly of Morgana to try to like flash bind right there. Pezzy just walked away, and he was even really light on his spell shield. Like, it was really bad. But silly of the Morgana to like try to flash bind. That's pretty hard to hit on a enemy that's paying attention. So that was definitely silly. But so yeah, we just kind of see that burst that Taric Sivir has, and it's one of the reasons they're strong. The other reason Taric Sivir is a really strong lane is their ultimates synergize really well. Sivir is going to give a bunch of attack speed to everyone in an AoE, and Taric's going to give a bunch of AD. So those 2 things synergize really well. And we just see that burst that comes out in a Taric Sivir lane. So. That's why it's so strong, and we see that even though we were so far behind from those early engagements, we're actually still able to just fight them and do really well against them. So, I mean, part of it is because Tristana hasn't bought, but Pez is also doing a pretty bad job of CSing right now. He's really far behind, but that's all right. No. See, I'm pretty much just stunning on cooldown, and then there we go. There's the strength of Taric Sivir. We just pick up that kill because we were able to kill that Triss from half health, and that's really the strength of Taric Sivir. You can play very aggressive and you do a lot of damage. So this is we have really good coverage bot lane because you see we have this ward, so we're gonna see Morgana leave. We're gonna see Lee Sin come up this way. Like, Lee Sin can't leave his bottom jungle without us seeing. We have both exits warded, so that's really good. This also allows us to see Morgana coming very early. Like, if we didn't have this ward, we would only see Morgana when she came, like, right here or right here. And that might be a little too late to react properly. So we have really good, strong ward coverage right now. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to play very aggressively. It might be rough because Tristana went triple Dorans. So Tristana has a whole Dorans on Pezzy right now. So that might make it a little harder to be aggressive on them because of the item disadvantage. But Tristana Taric Sivir is still really strong. It's probably stronger than Tristana Sivir. So we can still probably fight them, no problem. But I mean, like you can see, like we just killed Triss despite getting really far behind early game, and that's just the strength of the Taric Sivir combo. Here we see Lee Sin's like trying to sneak a dragon, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to stop that. It's probably a mistake getting close enough to get queued by Lee Sin, but like I had flash and heal up, so I wasn't really that worried. But Pezzy did like end up getting caught too, and so Pezzy's gonna die here. If I was closer, like I didn't realize that Pezzy had gotten caught, so that was a mistake by me. Like I kind of lollygagged. I could have gotten here a lot sooner and probably ended up killing Lee Sin, but this was also the game that our mid lane was on the phone for the whole game, so he kept dying, and he blamed it on being the phone, but I don't know. So here they try to dive me, and I just end up killing the Triss, so, I mean, whatever, like, by taking Triss, they're not going to be able to push, so, and it's also going to severely inhibit their dragon control, versus, like, if I just left to base, they probably would have given up dragon, so that's why I decided to stay and just kill the Triss, so. But Lee Sin's been bottom a lot of this game, so it's kind of unfortunate. But since we did die to him early, he's able to really have that huge of a map presence. So this is all stemming from dying to them early, and just that miscommunication in that 3v3 fight right here that we should have ended up winning because Volibear had red buff. But that's alright. Things aren't going terribly. Like the servers, I mean, you can see like how low the CS is in general for this bottom lane because it's been pretty aggressive and there's been a lot of like Lee Sin ganks and stuff, and it's keeping the play very aggressive. But Tristana has 45 CS. Like our Mordekaiser has 82 CS. So that's good. And we also see that like our Kennen's having a really rough time top against Yorick. Like 26 CS is really bad. So Boko, he plays top lane for us pretty often, and he's been having a really rough time in top lane lately. So he's having a really rough game this game. Yorick is really hard to handle in top lane in general. Yeah, like I didn't watch that matchup, but I don't know how he was playing or what he could have been doing differently. But definitely a tough matchup to begin with. But I still think Kennen should be able to CS, but that's alright. I mean, like, our lane is really far behind on CS. There you see me healing a minion instead of healing our guy. It's alright, though. So there, I really feel Pezzy should have been aggressive. Like, Soraka heal was on cooldown, and the armor buff just wore off, so that's a great time to go be aggressive, but we missed it. Yeah, so now we see Fizz is still behind Adorans and also Boots. So yeah, so there we see big aggression coming out of the Tristana, and this is why I say like Triss Soraka is not a good lane, because like if this was any other support but Soraka, we both would have died there, because like anyone that goes in with Triss is really good with her, but like Triss went in and we just ran away, like you saw. Like so here I'm gonna end up dying to save the turret. I figure that like if they dive me, then they're not gonna get the turret, and that's the whole reason why I stay here. And it's actually really close. At first I thought they were gonna get the turret too, and I was gonna be really sad because then I just died for no reason. But they don't get the turret. Like, I didn't want to, like, it's not always a bad thing to lose your first turret, but I didn't want to go in the turret because they're already really far ahead. Like, when they're already far ahead and you lose your turret, you really lose a lot of map control, and it gives the enemy teams even more gold for, like, our top lane. Like, it would give that Yorick even more gold, and, like, our Kennen doesn't need that. Like, he's already having a really rough time, so. But like I said, this is a bad game for us. Like we just won like 4 games in a row, and we were all pretty tired, and we just shouldn't have even played this game. But I should be able to pick up this Tristana kill. Maybe not. Yeah, never mind. Morgana is coming, and so is Lee Sin. So we need to get out of there. That was a silly flash by Lee Sin. Like I don't know what he was thinking that he would do, but. That was also really silly of our Volibear to like turn back, but it's okay. They just end up diving and taking the turret. But Mordekaiser comes down for a good gank, and So I go straight in with the Mordekaiser to help them while leaving the Trist to those two, because I know that they're going to kill the Trist. They don't need me to kill the Trist. So that was a good Lee Sin kick. It prevented me from really stunning. So we're going to take this advantage of picking up those couple kills, and we're immediately going to go to Dragon. We know it's up, and we don't, like, they probably can't contest this. Like, Yorick has teleport, so he might be able to teleport down, but unless Yorick teleports down, they can't contest this with just 2. So, and here's what I'm talking about. As soon as they come, you turn off and you fight them. Like, we don't continue doing Dragon until we force them completely away. So we pick up the kill, and then Volibear's too low, so Sivir's going to have to tank this, but now we go back to the Dragon. And now Yorick's here, and if they're going to come, we're going to turn on them and fight them again. Now, meanwhile, we're telling our top lane, go push, 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 push. Yorick just went bot, go push. But they've kind of regrouped, so they were able to force us off that Dragon, but it did sacrifice their Lee Sin, who also had red buff, so now like our Mordekaiser has their red buff, so. We're giving our blue buff to Mordekaiser for the CDR. Like, Volibear doesn't really need it, so if you look, like, CS-wise, he's really far ahead in the game, so we're going to give him blue buff because we want him to carry. Like, he's in a position to carry because of his gold advantage, and so we're just going to let him do that. We're just going to allow him to carry. So, yeah, bot lane, we definitely didn't win this game. I was wrong in thinking that. I was thinking of a different game, but I was thinking of the last, like, we were on Taric the last game, and we crushed that lane, but this lane we definitely lost. So our Mordekaiser ended up getting caught in the jungle, and now it's 5v3, and like Sivir's still chasing. This is a big mistake. Like, we should not be chasing this still. I guess it's only 4, but it's still I think a big mistake. It was actually a really good play to flash out of there by Pezzy, and we do end up picking a kill. So it actually worked out pretty okay, except this. Like, I have no idea why Pezzy stopped to recall in that bush. He was out, like he was home free, so that was a big mistake. This is one of the big mistakes of this game. I live, fortunately, but that was a big mistake. Like, there's no reason to stop and recall in this bush. You can just keep running. So the good news, though, is that they haven't gotten Dragon. So that was a bad play, but we did end up picking up, you know, I think 1 kill for 2 deaths, which isn't horrible, but we didn't lose Dragon, and that's the big thing. So you see that our lanes are still behind. Like, Mordekaiser's ahead, our jungle is about equal, and our AD is really behind, and our top lane's really behind. So that's kind of the situation in the game. We see Lee Sin trying to take Dragon again. I think he does end up. Yeah, he kicks them. He uses everything, and he's able to. Yeah, he's able to pick up the Dragon, but I flash stun him so he can't go over the wall, and we're able to pick up the kill. And then, so, once again, we're like, okay, we just killed Lee Sin, what can we do now? We meet and say, okay, go push mid, go push mid. So we go try to push mid. Morgana gets out with like 100 HP, which is really unfortunate. Like, if we had killed that Morgana, that would have been huge. And here is, I think, the play that throws the game. Like, you see it coming. This dive is really bad. It's really hard to dive a Soraka, and a Morgana with ult up is 3 melee champions. So there are a couple things that happened here. The first is that we dove, which was a mistake. And then you saw, I'm going to pause it actually. So the first mistake we made is that we dove, which is silly. You don't dive a Morgana as 3 melee champions who has Hourglass and her ult up, and you don't dive Soraka when she has triple heal up. And the second thing is, we dove, and then as soon as Morgana ulted, our Mordekaiser went, oh shit, this is a bad dive, and ran away. But we're already completely committed. We cannot get out of this dive. So what Mordekaiser should have done is fought and could have instantly killed one of these guys. Like, look how low their HP is. But Mordekaiser ran away. If Mordekaiser had just fought, would have killed like one, if not both of them. But instead he tried to run out of the turret range before the snare hit. But the snare still hits him. Hits me in turret range, so I actually take the turret and die in turret range. And then the Mordekaiser ends up... Well, we'll see what happens to him. But it doesn't end well, let me tell you that. He just like randomly runs around. I think at this point he's still claiming he's on the phone. So, and that's honestly probably what happened there. But he probably was actually on the phone. I believe him. But so that was a really bad play, and I think this is the play that really throws the game for us. We had decent momentum, you know, coming into that play. Like, we just killed the Lee Sin with red buff. Yeah, and this is why it gives them Baron, and that's why that play throws the game for us. And so this is something you'll see, like, this is something you won't see at lower level games. You won't see them kill someone at 19 minutes mid and then take Dragon right away, or take Baron right away. And it's something you won't see at lower level games. This is me smart casting my ward slot. Bam bam. But yeah, so unfortunately they got Baron, and this is the point where we can't come back. Like, we had our chance to come back when we kill that Lee Sin, we get their red buff, like, and then we could have picked up the Morgana kill and taken turret, but we didn't have enough burst to get the Morgana kill. We didn't take the turret because we got greedy and turret dev, and I think that right there is the play that loses us the game. So, like, we were behind up until that play, but it was we weren't behind so bad we could still come back. And the other thing is, whenever you have a Mordekaiser on your team, you can always come back. Because, like, if you just have one good team fight where, like, Triss gets out of position, you grab a Triss Ghost, you're going to win that fight. It doesn't matter how far behind you are, because it's 4v6 and you have the AD carry as a Ghost. But, like, we could have easily recovered until that play. But with that play, we just gave them Baron, and it's, like, impossible to come back now. Our cannon, like, needed to either come earlier or just stay top. But I also don't think that we should have contested this with Baron buff, like, without our cannon there. That was silly of us to engage that. And you know, this is on me because, like, the last 4 games we were playing, I was being very active and calling everything. Like, in that situation, I would have been like, just fall back. I would have called that. But in this game, I wasn't calling anything. I was tired, and I wasn't calling as much. So, like, I didn't say anything. So, like, we had some people who wanted to fight them and some people that wanted to back, and we kind of did both. And so we ended up losing that fight. So, like, in this game, you see we make a lot of... This looks like we're a solo queue team in this game. We're just not on the same page on a lot of things. We're making really silly mistakes. And that's why we ended up losing, because the enemy team played well and played... You know, they played well and made few mistakes, and we made tons of mistakes that they capitalized on. So, yeah, at this point they're just really far ahead. Like, we can't come back. We're just so far behind. This is really silly by our Sivir. This is what completely sealed the deal. Like, the dive here made it so we probably weren't going to come back, and the Sivir, like, running into 4 of them and dying right here. Just 100% lost the game for us. So, yeah, that was that game. It was really bad. So yeah, that's that game. It was a really rough game for us, but